Dear students, it is my honor to participate to the opening of the 17th edition of the Singapore International Model United Nations, organized by the International French School Singapore. This year again, you are dozens of students from several international schools in Singapore, but also the French school in Seoul, South Korea, who are going to simulate negotiations on complex issues in the different committees of the United Nations, including the Security Council. Some of these issues are very relevant for the Indo-Pacific region, like the tensions in the Taiwan Strait, the question of state secularism, and the combat against overfishing in East China Sea. This three-day conference will be very useful to develop your debating skills and increase your knowledge of world affairs, which will be important for your studies, your future careers, and your life in general. Those of you who are chosen to be chairpersons and Secretary General will also learn how to lead large and sometimes quite heated debates. As last year, the Simon has to be held virtually. Since the beginning of the pandemic, virtual or hybrid formats have become commonly used for the multilateral as well as the bilateral negotiations, so they can be held without interruptions. The diplomats and the participants to these negotiations have been obliged to adapt to this new normal in order to keep the momentum on these important issues that the international community has to tackle, especially in a context when multilateralism has been particularly challenged for the past years. Despite the pandemic, several multilateral initiatives have been successfully implemented, like COVAX for COVID-19 vaccines, global access, aimed at equitable access to vaccines, or more recently, the One Ocean Summit, initiated by the French president, in order to give a strong impetus to the international agenda on maritime issues. I would like also to highlight the recently launched European Union strategy for the Indo-Pacific region that led to the organization under the French presidency of the EU of the Ministerial Forum held in Paris on the 22nd of February. The Singapore Minister for Foreign Affairs, Dr. Vivian Balakrishnan, participated to the forum and co-chaired the panel on dedicated to connectivity. Once again, Singapore has shown its strong commitment to multilateralism, as it was already the case when the city-state endorsed the joint initiative launched by France and Germany in 2019 and called the Alliance for Multilateralism, which is an informal network of countries united in their conviction that a rules-based multilateral order is the only reliable guarantee for international stability and peace, and that our common challenges can only be solved through cooperation. International stability and peace have been strongly challenged with the aggression against Ukraine by Russia, which started on the 24th of February. The reaction of the United Nations has been fast, with firstly, on the following day, a vote for a UN Security Council resolution that would have demanded that Moscow immediately stop its attack on Ukraine and withdraw all troops, but was vetoed by Russia. On 2nd of March, the UN General Assembly overwhelmingly adopted a resolution demanding that Russia immediately end its military operations in Ukraine. A total of 141 countries voted in favor of the resolution, which reaffirms Ukrainian sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity, and was a very strong signal given by the international community to Russia. Singapore was one of the co-sponsors of the resolution and has played an important role to rally most of the ASEAN countries in favor of the resolution. I wish all of you a very fruitful 22nd edition of the Simon. Thank you for your attention.